Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox. I am your host, James J. As always, with me, Kaliko Yachts.
Adam Cole, baby, got screwed, but we'll go there later.
Always late, never on time for the party. Mitch Mayhem maybe will be joining us, I don't know. And Scooter Dust, who will hopefully join us a little later as well. It is not a great day for wrestling as the other day we lost a living legend. Bullet Bob Armstrong passed away. Such an influential character in pro wrestling. Kaliko, could you maybe give your thoughts on Bullet Bob?
When you think of wrestling families, everyone usually, rightfully so, put the McMahons and, of course, the whole Samoan dynasty, of course.
And the
But
Hawks.
but an underrated group is like the Armstrongs. Like,
Oh, without that.
were they like the biggest draws? No, but they were very, very good, like very technically proficient. They were able to showboat when need be, and able to to actually have good, solid matches. And it worked mostly in those territory days because Bullet Bob, of course, and then Scott, and then Jesse James. See, so it could go on and on and on. But to me, it's a horrible loss. Condolences to the family. Um, but as far as their influence and their impact on wrestling, it to me they're in that same bridge with Kamala. Like you really won't know what they actually impacted until you see the tapes, until you get those territory tapes. Because I mean, for historical context, for those in the younger generation, there used to be this thing called territories, and where people actually traveled back and forth, and a lot of people. That's how stuff kept fresh because they could just jump in town, jump out of town, and you don't feel like you're being stuck with stale storylines like you have now with like monopolies as far as wrestling goes. But the Armstrongs were a good stronghold in the southern region with their wrestling. So to me, it's devastating. It's just crazy, man. 2020 just sucks. Can we just get to 2021 already? Because it's just like, yo, just yo, just
January
damn.
cannot come fast enough.
That is true.
And a little late to the party, Scooter Dust.
What? I got no clever line.
What? In the butt? That used to be like a little kid thing.
What in the butt kid?
We're just
Mm-hmm.
now going to last week. New Japan Cup in the USA was last Saturday, and Kenta was the winner. Kaliko, your thoughts on Kenta winning this tournament?
He's the most hated man in New Japan, arguably. And they made the right move.
I mean, I don't think a lot of
I mean,
people expected David Finlay to win.
right. And to me, Kenta already had, and not saying that he has a familiar facial base in the U.S., because, I mean, granted, he never got a big shot, but he was a big stalwart in NXT. Injuries just derailed him. He was there at WrestleMania 31, Andre the Giant Battle Royal. He was at the first NXT show, WrestleMania weekend in San Francisco. So I mean, his face has been out there, so it made sense. And plus, I mean, when it comes to New Japan, he already looked at it an outsider anyway, so it made sense for Kenta to be the man to win it. I mean, he's hated. Maybe that gives him a run at a title. I'm thinking that's another thing we got to figure out. Where does this go? Because is this going to the U.S. title or is it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Moxley still the champ?
He is, correct.
So that is a very, very interesting dichotomy.
Right.
Considering that the whole point of Mox and AEW anyway, he really can't compete for New Japan in the US. So he would literally have to leave overseas to go drop the title or have a match. Maybe they have him keep the title when he drops the title, but that's a very interesting thing because I feel like that belt has been on hold. It literally has been on hold. And it tells me that Juice Robinson just should have had it. He should have beat him and won the belt. Granted, a bunch of shit kind of happened, like COVID and everything. So, you can't knock that. But, it is what it is. And that's the pizza man. So I will mute myself for 1 second.
I thought it was Mr. McFeely.
So, Kaliko brings up a good point, Scooter. Do you maybe see New Japan and AEW maybe working out a deal where Moxley could have like a maybe one match on American ground against Kenta to possibly drop the title to him?
I mean, considering things are, starting to go back to normal in terms of international travel, if I was AEW, I would probably want to maybe even work with New Japan and build a series of 3 matches around this. You have the first match, nothing on the line, or you make the first match. Wait, no, because Moxley's got both belts. So all right, how could this happen logically? Where
Kenta possibly getting an AEW championship opportunity is what you're going at?
I'm saying both. IWGP United and holy yeah, I'm gonna drop a big spoiler in a little bit. You work out a match between Kenta and Moxley for the first. You can either do like a best 3 matches, or you can do 2, where the outcome of the first match determines which title Moxley is defending.
Ooh, that would be a pretty good concept.
Yeah, like if Kenta loses, he gets a shot at the United States title, and if Kenta wins, he gets a shot at the AEW title. Or you could do a best of 3, or if you do that just initial match between Kenta and Moxley, if Kenta wins, he gets a shot at both of them.
That would make logical sense.
Where you could safely get that belt off Moxley and also get a Kenta Moxley, main event.
Do you think that...
I get it. I get where he's coming from.
it seems like there's maybe some bad blood between AEW and New Japan to a degree. Do you think that
That's where the issue.
yeah,
That's the big elephant in the room, especially considering that the board is practically the Young Bucks, Cody and Kenny already has been on the record saying New Japan kind of did him a little dirty at the end. I mean, I could see his point, but that doesn't help. But the saving grace is that they're willing. I think AEW is kind of putting that bullshit to the side. I mean, considering that they got Sheeta going against Thunder Rosa, that's a huge thing. I mean,
oh yeah,
as far as like the women, I mean, granted, AEW's women's division is like
drowning.
sagging, drowning. But the fact that they were willing, and the fact that NWA was willing to let their champion go, it gives a glimmer of hope. To me, I feel like Mox. It's weird because I feel like Mox may want to work in New Japan, but I don't see. I don't see it because of the travel restrictions. So either he goes over there and drops it and come back, or AEW goes, okay, we'll do something, but it's got to be in the States due to travel, and go from there. Because the problem with it is that the United States is not really allowed to be in a lot of countries right now due to their COVID status. So that is like another elephant in the room. So the only thing, if New Japan wants the belt back, they're gonna kind of have to acquiesce to AEW and massage them a little bit, unless they just do what WCW did and just make a whole different title and crown a new champion. So
Well,
it's one of those.
that goes to our next bit of news. Cody lost the TNT Championship to Brodie Lee last Saturday as well, which was an all-out beatdown on Cody and the Nightmare family. That being said, do you think that the Dark Order is finally getting over in AEW? Scooter.
Hold on, there was bit of noise over that. Repeat that, please.
Do you think that Brodie Lee just won the TNT
Yeah.
Championship? Do you think that the Dark Order is finally getting over?
No. Because quite honestly, giving Brodie Lee the TNT Championship is it shouldn't have been Brodie Lee. There are plenty of other AEW talents that could have had it. You didn't need to give it to the guy you got from the WWE. It's a little cliche at this point to take someone from a previous company, give them a title, and say, "Hey, look at all the success they're having here." I'm not even sure if this was a tactical decision. I know the only reason Cody dropped the title is because he's going to film a wrestling series for Stars.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it didn't. It didn't have to be Brodie Lee. I would have maybe liked to see something where, it was Cody defending against the entire Dark Order. Then maybe, one of the lesser members, like, I don't know, maybe my boys, Alex Reynolds or John Silver, just accidentally happen to end up with the title.
I highly doubt that would even happen in their dreams. But, I digress. So, if not Brodie Lee, you made the assumption that it could have been somebody on their roster. Who would you have picked?
I think possibly it would have been probably a good time to actually put it on MJF.
I disagree with that because he would have been. He's going for the main championship right now.
I understand that, but be honest. Do you really take MJF seriously as a contender, as somebody you could beat Moxley?
Honestly, I kind of do. I mean, one of the only people on their roster that's not before WWE. Yeah.
I mean, this is like, nah. Honestly, if he was going to drop the title, I would have had him drop it to Scorpio. I mean,
that would have been a great thing to do.
To me, that would have made more sense. And as far as MJF, if you really think he's going to beat Mox, you got another. He's just got rated the #1 wrestler in the world, so they ain't gonna fucking let his ass lose. but I see his point. And then to go to did it get the Dark Order over? No, but it got Brodie Lee over. And that's basically what it was, because it was just a beat 'em downs, and now I'm like, damn. You know what I mean?
As in, I'm overseeing Brodie Lee on AEW TV.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You kind of alluded to it already, Kaliko. Your PWI 500 list came out a couple days ago. And the #1 wrestler ranked in the world today is Jon Moxely. Alright, Kaliko, I know you're hot about this, so get it out.
Alright, so you telling me that this motherfucker is the #1 wrestler in the motherfucking world. AEW didn't start filming shows till about October. I could name 2 matches that Moxley had that you really could say they were memorable, and that was fucking him against Kenny Omega or him against Chris Jericho. Everything else has been like dog shit. He haven't even main evented a match. And Adam Cole, the real #1 wrestler in the world, had a better November than Mox's whole fucking year, and yet they give Mox the #1 spot? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. This is where I know they ain't taking it seriously, because if they took it to wins and losses seriously, like Adam Cole's November run would have made him the #1 wrestler in the world. He was the hottest wrestler in the fucking world after heading into Survivor Series. And he had 2 fucking defenses at NXT. He had the bro, I'm done with PW. I thought that, bro, like, just damn, like I get they're trying to get AEW some rub, but realistically, like, Adam Cole had like 10 times better matches and more memorable matches than Mox.
Yeah.
And that's just like mind-boggling.
That's true.
Scooter, anything you want to add to that?
No, that's absolutely true.
And I couldn't agree more myself.
Like get your head out of your ass. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, bro, so basically you're telling me Mox during that run was better than Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne Survivor Series, Adam Cole versus Seth Rollins, Adam Cole versus Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole versus Tommaso Ciampa. You could name 5 matches that was fucking better. Hell, even him versus Pat McAfee was better than fucking goddamn. Boy, it's just, where's my drink? Where's my drink?
Adam Cole versus his wife's health bills.
Exactly. Adam Cole versus healthcare was better than fucking.
I don't know about you, Scooter, but I'm really thinking Hot Calico. And
That just kind of pissed me off though, because that tells me that ain't have shit to do with wrestling.
I mean, yeah.
I was I kind of want to deliver this news while it's fresh in my head, only because we were. And for those of you who did not see it, in a matter of a week, Roman Reigns has officially completed a heel turn.
Wow. So,
why? Because there's somebody in his corner.
Ooh.
He now has an advocate.
Oh, wow.
Paul Heyman? What?
That's right.
Okay,
Paul
that's pretty cool.
Heyman. To close out SmackDown as Adam Pearce, and by the way, the first time Adam Pearce's name was ever mentioned on WWE TV.
Unnamed official one.
Which is a tragedy in and of itself. Adam Pearce was tasked with getting the contract signed for Payback's no-holds-barred triple threat match for the Universal title between Roman Reigns, The Fiend, and Braun Strowman. The last person whose signature he got was Roman Reigns. And then, as Roman Reigns is signing, the camera pulls back to reveal Paul Heyman sitting right next to him and giving him advice.
The seeds were planted on that, though, because fucking... You know, Paul Heyman usually talks shit about everyone, but he never talks shit about Roman.
I think that's a really good connection. That's a really good pairing.
And the question is, does this mean we get a face Brock?
No, I don't see a face turn for Brock.
Now if the WWE can manage to get Roman back to the level where the fans were absolutely despising him. Now, I will admit this is probably the most inopportune time to do it.
If this was actually, on with a live crowd, the fans would, when you turn heel, you turn face, and when you turn face, you turn heel. And I'd see that the people would get behind Roman, honestly.
I mean, with Roman's new attitude of not giving a crap, you can see why Heyman would want, why they would put Heyman in with that, because Roman, that essentially makes Roman Brock.
Essentially, yeah. But I mean, Brock might not be coming for quite a while, so...
Yeah, I don't see Brock coming back, so that means Roman's going to be the guy, but they never really had a top heel on SmackDown, in a sense. I mean, because you can make an argument The Fiend in itself is a face because everyone fucking loves him. AJ Styles, another heel, but everyone kind of sees him as a face because everybody fucking loves him. So it's almost like they're 4 years late on embracing the hate that shit came beforehand. Hey, better late than never, right?
They should have made this turn heel right after WrestleMania 31, honestly. I mean, like the next night.
Yeah, 31 should have been it. But then again, Seth was the guy to run the heel, and it made sense for him to be the heel because he was the chicken shit heel. He was the beatable heel. So I see that point. I think after 33, they should have had him go heel because everybody was already pissed off at his ass for beating the Undertaker.
Yeah. There was a lot of opportunities to turn him heel. But, hey, it's happening now. So let's see where this goes. It's going to be interesting, for sure. Let's start, we'll end the news period here, and